The final grade one of a loaded opening week of the fall meeting at Keeneland is upon us, and a spot in the Breeders Cup Distaff is on the line. James Scully in the grade one Spinster. My biggest question is, will we see last year's winner Latruska get back to her old form, or have we seen the best of her already?
I'm willing to say we've seen the best of her. I think it's unfortunate, but when you see these classy horses, she's now run two races that I just think are unrepresentative of her previous efforts. You can always give an excuse for that first one, Scott, but she had a real clear, easy lead last time. She handles the mile and an eighth distance in the past, and the way she gave it up in the stretch just makes her a fade for me. It's unfortunate because I've loved like watching Latruska, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm with you. We've seen her in the past fade when she's battled early, like she did in the Ogden Phipps at Belmont on the Belmont Stakes card. But it was last time that really kind of put me over the top on the same opinion as you in the personal ensign when she controlled things over the Saratoga main track, but just was absolutely empty when the real running started. Well, it looks like there's some other pace in here. Latruska likely to be on the lead, but how do you see it shaping up?
Well, I definitely see Played Hard, like just tracking her in second, sitting a good trip, really similar to the trip that Search Results had last time when she tracked Latruska in second, then took over off of the far turn. And I'm sort of expecting a similar kind of trip from Played Hard, a 4-year-old filly that I think is rounding, really progressing into top form, and is going to be, already comes off a grade 3 win, but I think she has more to offer, Scott.
Yeah, that was a really impressive effort in the Locust Grove, coming off a career best effort, going a mile out of the Wilson Chute at Saratoga. So she's in the best form of her career. I think she's shown some professionalism of late. She popped the gate under Joel Rosario, and then he was able to relax her first on the inside, then got outside and dominated that field. Not so sure how much or what quality was behind her in that Locust Grove, but I know you like her in this spot.
Yeah, and the thing with the Played Hard was last year she recorded impressive maiden and entry level allowance victories, and then her connections threw her into the grade 1 Alabama, and she wasn't ready for that class level at that time. She ran few more times last year, but she got a big long layoff until like late May this year, and came back, I thought, and with 3 allowance races. And like I said, I think it's all a series, a progressive series. I thought Crazy Beautiful and Little Tootsie, were decent enough rivals last time, and she completely humbled them. So I see a filly that, really right now she's getting good, and this is a time to play her, in my mind, when she's going to offer a little value on the upswing.
Yeah, she should offer a decent price. Obviously, compact group of 5, the field not as large as most of these other awesome stakes fields that Keeneland offers on opening weekend. I think she's going to win the battle, but I don't think she's going to be able to win the war. And I'm on number 1, Malathad. Really no creative opinion here. I kind of thought this Daughter of Curling was never going to beat Clariere. I mean, she beat her at a mile and a 16th. The one turn in Ogden Phipps had every reason to outfinish Clariere, I thought, and didn't. And then in the Chuvie, Clariere easily handled her with not as good of a trip. But she rebounded in the personal ensign, which was clearly the goal. Todd Pletcher probably gave her that Chuvie to get, to prep her for the grade 1 event. And she's run well over this racetrack, James. And I just think she's going to get the right trip with Latruska, Played Hard, even Princess of Cairo. Any reason to discuss Army Wife and Princess of Cairo, or are they just overmatched?
I just think they're overmatched. And I'll listen, with that Malathad and that Ogden Phipps, they blamed that performance on blinkers. And then in the Chuvie, they said she was quiet. She wasn't herself in the paddock, and they were worried that something wasn't right that day. My concern is that ever since she's won the Kentucky Oaks, she hasn't been able to string victories together. And she was just all out to catch Search Results last time, had to really dig deep and finish fast to do so. And I think drawing that inside post, one thing about Malathad is different from this year, or especially just her recent starts in her previous form. She no longer gets out of the gate well. She was a front running type earlier in her career, and now she's breaking slowly. I mean, she broke like poorly in a 5-horse field last time. So I think that rail position might do her no favors, and she could be a little bit vulnerable at odds on, but it'll be no surprise if she win, like you said.
Well, I respect you taking a chance against. I did so in the American Pharoah Stakes. You're doing so here. James on Played Hard, looking for Phil Bauer to get a big grade 1 at Keeneland. Bauer having a great run of it of late. I'm on the favorite in here, Malathad, who I think will get the right trip. Last year's Kentucky Oaks winner looks to put in a good effort before the Breeders' Cup Distaff. Regardless of who you're on in the Spinster or any of the Sunday races at Keeneland, great new promotion at TwinSpires. It's called the Keeneland Daily Double Down. Hit at least 2 daily doubles, and you unlock a 50% bonus on all winning doubles for that day. It goes throughout the meet on TwinSpires. Remember to opt in on the TwinSpires.com offers page or on the app. Best of luck at Keeneland.